Do conservatives hate anime? Do they think that anime is the root cause of this generation's problems? Maybe. I know some people don't like anime because they think that have outgrown animated cartoons for the replacement of trash reality TV like this.
That I was not man enough for them?
I never said you weren't man enough for me. I just said to be more aggressive. We don't have sex, bro.
I've been seeing a few posts and videos around these internet streets and of grown people bashing anime, or even worse, some Christian people calling anime
NANI?
So I came across this video from a really great anime channel called the Christian Anime Podcast. He offers a Christian conservative perspective on anime. Great channel, check him out, get him to 1,000 subs. But he did a really great video talking about the relationship between conservatives and anime. And I thought it was really, really good. And I'm not really political, and this really isn't the channel for it, so you won't really get a take from me. But I wanted to go through some of the video and give my thoughts. So
to do with body type. Certainly could be used in a spicy context, as Miss Stuckey here presents, but to say that it is solely a spicy term doesn't really fully bring justice to the term lolly. There are plenty of examples in anime where lollies are included in a non-spicy context, namely Toradora, Licorice Recoil, Clannad, Konosuba, just to name a few, and let me make this very clear. They are not included to spice up the show with fan service. They are there merely because they add to the moe.
I'm just now getting hip to the different terms and different anime genres, and it seems that the term lolly or lolicon is used to depict young-looking girls in anime, and in some anime contexts, they're used or displayed in a really weird way. But Christian Anime Podcast explains why some artists use lolly for the concept of adding cuteness, but some conservatives use this extreme depiction of lolly to use it as a talking point for why some people identify a certain way, or they lump anime altogether as a whole to give the reason for this cause. And to be honest, if that's the conservative position, is it fair? Because now you put this fear factor in conservatives who may have friends or family who watch anime, and you now assume that if anime does X, then the result is Y, and now we have to fight against it all together. When in reality, it's not anime that's producing these things in people or our environment or our culture. To be honest, it's our fallen nature, right? That's already sinful. But hear me out. I do think our fallen nature influences some of the ways that artists depict these things, right? I think that's reality. I'm not going to hold against that. I watched a part of Ali Beth Stuckey's podcast talking about anime and the whole Mr. Beast situation. And to be honest, just like Christian anime, I thought it wasn't anything crazy. I thought she did a really good, take in it. It wasn't anything wild. But he makes a really good point about the perception of what conservatives say about anime from people.
Between conservatives and anime better well improve, or else people will be alienated from this side of the political aisle. Miss Stuckey, in the last half of the podcast episode, seemed like she was insinuating that anime is a contributing factor for people to transition. And while vast generalizations made by conservatives that anime as a medium is a problem in society, this last episode, that anime is demonic, watching anime will send you to hell, anime is an addiction just as bad as any other drug. My point being is that when conservatives say stuff like this and present themselves in a way which is anti-anime, it's not only an insult to right-wing anime fans like myself, which I'll discuss a bit later, it actively alienates the vast majority of people who are avid fans of anime and are also apolitical.
Christian anime makes a really good point that there are some Christians out there that don't have a favorable view of anime, and if the comments from conservative Christians is assuming that watching anime is somehow an issue, are taking an extreme view of anime. And yes, some anime have some wild things in it. I'm aware of that, and I think that's reality. But I've said this before, our Bible has wild things in it as well, and we don't say that reading about these stories in the Bible dealing with adultery, sexual immorality, pagan worship, all these things, but God uses it to tell a story that ultimately leads to Jesus. Watching anime should be viewed in that way, to tell a story that points to a specific purpose. My major pet peeve when it comes to how Christians engage with the anime community, conservative or not, is that they think that it holds more power than it actually should. We legit are all broken, and our flesh, the world, and Satan are always trying to figure out ways in how we can live out our brokenness. That's not just with anime, but with anything, neutral things, good things. And we have this weird thing where we just don't let convictions be convictions, and we think that whatever we stumble with or whatever we see as bad is bad for everyone, and that is law for everyone. That's weird. I believe that this is a Romans 14 issue, and if you can't handle the certain themes with an anime, then you probably shouldn't watch it, conservative or not. But like he says, if this is the posture of conservatives that all anime is bad, then the conservative Christians who should have their Christianity before their conservatism, they will have a hard time reaching the demographic of people who do like anime, which according to this is very, very huge. If we expect to reach people of every different culture and tribe, then like Christian Anime said, the relationship needs to get better between conservatives and the anime community. But I am thankful because of what Christian Anime is doing, what I'm doing, what different Christian manga artists are doing. They're trying to make a difference in being salt and light in this space that obviously is very, very dark. Trying to bridge the gap between, manga, anime, Japanese, all of that, to be able to connect people with the gospel, with anime. That's huge. Let me tell you something about anime relatable. Come here. Come closer. Come closer. We won't belittle you if you're an anime watcher, but we will take anime and the shows that we enjoy and love and allow that to try to point us to Jesus. So shout out to Christian Anime Podcast. Go check him out. He has a really, really great video, and he's almost at 1,000 subs. So you got to check him out. Get him to 1,000 subs. He has really great work. If you want to see how some of our favorite anime characters and shows can point us to Jesus, check out the other videos on my channel for more. Later.